Hi, good evening, everybody. My name is Aisha L. I am a licensed therapist here at the Up Company.
I'm Ty'Kei Spinks. I'm actually a therapist intern with the Up Company. How y'all doing?
Tonight, we're going to be talking about healing
Mm-hmm.
and what that looks like. So, one important factor for you guys to know is that healing is different from person to person.
Mm-hmm.
It looks different on everyone. Everyone goes through a different process.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people think healing is sunshine and butterflies.
Mm-hmm.
It is not. When you are healing, you are looking at deep, dark things that you're trying to progress through. So it is not always pretty. The goal is, though, to get to those rainbows, those sunshines, those butterflies. But during that process, it is ugly sometimes, and that should be expected, and it is okay because we have to look at that light at the end of the tunnel.
Mm-hmm. Like Aisha said, it's not a pretty process. It's not a linear process. It's not one step after the other. It looks more so like two steps forward to take one step back. Sometimes it's two steps forward to take five steps back to take eight steps forward. So, with that being said, a lot of us want healing to look like this. Our expectation is just it's a straight line. There are going to be no bumps, bruises, or no mishaps in the road. But the reality of it is that this is what healing looks like. Sometimes it can be a monster. You can seem like you're progressing slowly, and then you have a few falls, a few setbacks. You will experience some bumps and bruises in the road, but it's important to note that whether it's the general expectation or the reality of it, progression is still evident. You know, both arrows are going up, whether it's a straight line or a squiggly line. And that's the goal of healing, and that's the point of healing is, to progress regardless of how you're doing it. Of course, you want to heal in healthier ways than, unhealthy ways, but, sometimes things happen, but progression is the goal. And with that being said, sometimes when you're healing, you may have to go back to a dark place. You may have to, or sometimes you can't help but go back to a dark place. And when you go back to one dark place, that may open the door to another dark place. And so that may allow you to gain more insight into yourself about, other areas that you may not have healed completely or correctly and besides the one that you're focused on at the moment. And so with that being said, it'll bring up deeper issues that you can not only explore, but you can work on healing those as well.
Right. And I think a good example of that would be a lot of times we heal due to the ending of a relationship.
Um,
Um, the good thing about that healing process is sometimes it opens up doors and it may bring out something that we've dealt with back in life, like maybe mother issues or
mm,
daddy issues. And so when we're healing from that relationship, it brings those things up and it allows us to heal from our past so we can make better choices moving forward.
and this is not, exclusive to just romantic relationships. It could be a friendship or a partnership of some sort. Because relationships, vary across the board. They're not just romantic or they're not just friendships.
Definitely. So, how do we heal? And that takes us back to the beginning when I said that healing is different from each person. So,
Mm-hmm.
some people can heal by talking about it, talking through it, and working through it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's usually how therapy works. You're talking about it, you're coming up with things, you're working through it. Sometimes we have to heal from things that are really dark and that are really hard to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And the unique thing with therapy and different approaches is you don't always have to talk about it. You don't always have to verbalize what you're healing from.
Mm-hmm.
I specialize in expressive arts therapy, and
Mm-hmm.
that's something I like to work with people with. Like, if you don't want to talk about it, like, can we draw? Can we paint?
Mm-hmm.
How can we express this? How can we get this out? Can we tell a story? Can we tell about it? Can we talk about it in third person?
Mm-hmm.
Can we act it out? Can we dance this out? Can we listen to some music? Can we find what songs relate to our healing process?
Mm-hmm.
There are many different ways where you don't have to sit And if you're not ready to talk about it, there are different variables that you can use to start that healing process. Ty'Kei, what do you use to heal?
I'm a talker. You know, everybody who knows me knows I'm a very talkative person. I don't have an issue with expressing myself or putting my feelings into words. Some days are tougher than others, but I'm a talker. I read. That's something that's, out of the ordinary for me because I just don't like to read. But when I'm healing or when I'm going through something, reading definitely helps me. I exercise, I travel. I just really get back to the things that make me happy in any environment, whether it's a loss or a gain. And so I think that's important, just getting back to those basics, because a lot of times when we find ourselves healing from something, it's because we lost, a part of ourselves.
Right.
And so it's just really about getting back to those things that make me feel like I'm me again.
Right. I think that's the biggest difference between you and I. You're a talker. I'm completely opposite. I'm not a talker. So for me, talking would be hard. And something I also practice is dancing mindfulness. So if I can't talk about what's bothering me, I can put on a song and I can dance it out. I can get it out that type of way. So.
Everybody Everybody has their different ways of healing and doing things. You got the talkers and the non-talkers. But progress.
Most important part.
Progress. That's the most important part.
And so if you're not a talker, don't be scared to come to therapy, because it's not all about talking. And once again, like I said, if you come to therapy with me and you're not a talker, I get you. I understand you, because I'm not a talker either. And trust, we will find a way and we will work through this. So if you would like to make an appointment with either myself or with Ty'Kei, you can find us at, what's the website?
www.upcompany.org. Thank you all, and you all have a great night.